What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, back here to bring you guys my week 33 results on my 0 to 100k challenge. So this was another good week for me, and we're going to get into the results, but I do want to clarify a few things. Throughout this video, we're going to check a few things, how I did this week, what I did good, what I did bad, how I went into Discord. We're going to check what stocks I'm looking at going into next week, what potential opportunities there may be, a few bits of interesting news, and a lot of different good stuff today. Now, before we do that, as always, it's just like you guys to do me a small favor, please, and drop that thumbs up to show appreciation for this video. It's not easy, it's not always fun, it's quite time consuming, and yeah, just please drop the thumbs up because it does help in a great way. Also, make sure you guys comment on the video, let me know your thoughts, let me know what's happening next week, let me know what you think is happening next week, let me know how this week went for you trading, and of course, let me know if you're interested to see any of these stocks potentially boom next week. Also, make sure you guys subscribe if you're new around here, and make sure you guys are sharing these videos with your friends. Get them out to more people, talk to more people about the channel, all that stuff. We're trying to help as many people as possible. So throughout the rest of the year, we're trying to do that, and that will mean you guys need to share these videos. But on to the main subject of today's video. This past week, how did it go for trading? So it was a mixed week. I'm glad to say that I finished the week up. And if we take a look into my phone here, we finished the week just over 3.2k up. Now today, the rally today was what helped it, because Monday was a red day, Tuesday was a red day, and I was like, okay, I need some green days. Wednesday I finished slightly green, very slightly green, but Thursday and Friday we rallied to end the week strong. So today in the Discord we actually traded just lows. Lows was the only trade we made today, and unfortunately I got stopped out of this trade. Now there are many people who held this trade. If they did hold this trade, they would have got over 200% returns on it. Now, I told the Discord to get in around 35 cent, 38 cent, and it shot up to highs of 150. I didn't actually see when it got to 150. When I saw it, it got to 133, but still, those are incredible returns for a day trade. A few of the other stocks we traded in Discord this week were Moderna, which was a nice trade, Etsy, which was unfortunately a bad trade. Of course, you can have these kind of trades. Lowe's, like I mentioned, was a great trade, and we had a few different, good and bad calls. It wasn't as good as last week, but we still had opportunities to make some money, which is what it's all about. Now, I want to highlight something. This past week, what I did good. I'll definitely say I focused less on, getting into too many plays. And I also did a little bit of a rearrangement in my portfolio, very slightly. Now, you guys remember back in February, March, January as well, we had a lot of growth stocks being pumped out on YouTube, on social media, and we had stocks which were pretty overvalued. Now, I made sure to sell out of a couple of those positions so I can get into some new positions going into next week. But I did make a decision today to potentially get into a couple of different trades before we enter next week, just so I could hold over the weekend, which I did not do, unfortunately. But I still believe there's a lot of opportunity next week, which brings me on to what stocks I'm looking at going into next week. So to start off with, I have around 4 or 5 stocks that I know right now I'd like to watch going into next week. And I'm going to start off with the big one. Number one is Pfizer, ticker symbol PFE. The good thing about Pfizer is there's a lot of potential room to run amongst all this vaccine news and stuff like that. The bad thing about Pfizer is it's so volatile, sometimes you just don't know when to get in. Now, another thing, right now after market, it is sitting at around $50. It hit $50. It's actually up 3% as I'm recording this. Now, by the time I edit it, I don't know what price it's going to be at. By the time Monday market opens, I have no clue what it's going to be at either. Now, throughout the week, I've been telling the Discord as well, please, when you see those Pfizer dips, grab up those Pfizer dips. Get calls for September, October. You're going to thank me later. And I know a lot of people did that. So congratulations to you guys, because not only are you going to reap rewards Monday, but you're probably going to be very happy that you held over the weekend, bought the dips, all that stuff. Now, I'm not in any Pfizer positions right now. Unfortunately, I was waiting for a dip, and a dip came, and I thought, okay, it might still continue to dip towards $47 to $46. After market, we got this news, which is what you guys need to focus on now, of potential FDA approval next week, Monday even. If that was to happen. Remember, in last week's video on the 100k challenge, I did make a little, section about Pfizer there, and I spoke about the fact that FDA approval could be coming soon. The very last video I uploaded as well, not my live stream, but my last video I uploaded with 3 different stocks to watch right now, Pfizer was in there, and I explained that once the FDA approval comes in, we're going to see Pfizer skyrocket. So I said grab $60 calls, $65 calls for September 17th, October 15th. Guess what, guys? It looks like we could get that news of that. But I expected this FDA approval to come around September. It looks like it could come next week already. So you gotta really keep your eyes on that one. That's definitely one stock to watch, and I'm pretty excited to see how it pans out. I'm honestly not excited to see how it pans out over the weekend because I'm not in it yet. But by trading while the market's open, then I'm definitely looking at what's gonna happen with that. The second one, Tattooed Chef, ticker symbol TTCF. I've been banging on about this one for months, and actually it slipped under $16 this week. Unfortunately, I didn't have any alerts set, so I wasn't able to buy any shares or nothing under $16. Today it rallied very nicely, up 7% at one point, I think 7.5% at one point, before setting off towards the end of the day. But it's still a stock that's heavily undervalued, way oversold, a stock I have huge hopes for in the future. So please check out Tattooed Chef. We're going to look at it next week as well. Third, NIO, ticker symbol NIO. NIO has been selling off recently. Today it started strong, sold off towards the end of the day. I'm going to be looking at those $40 calls for September 17th. It will be very nice to see how low we can get in on those. I do believe that NIO is one of those stocks that was very overvalued, way overvalued, back in February, March, when it hit like $62 per share. But I also believe that we're going to see those levels again, $62, $65 by the end of this year. The fourth one, Alibaba, ticker symbol BABA. Alibaba has been selling off incredibly over the past few days. This past week, but also over the past month, over the past 6 weeks, I'd say. It is now sitting in the $160 range. That is ridiculously low, because when I look back at my buying range for Alibaba, and you would have seen it on YouTube as well, it was between $205, $210. So now it's in $160, you're probably wondering, why are you not loading up? Well, let's see how low this can go. Let it find support first before I start buying into it. Even when it has those glimpses of, a good day, today it started off pretty strong, it just sold off heavy again. I know there's been issues with the Chinese government. I know there's been, a few different bits of news which have been affecting the stock. But long term, I don't think Alibaba is going to stay down. This is one of those, just like Tattoo Chef, I think long term, if you buy shares right now, long term, you're going to be very happy that you did. Sure, it might still fall a little bit lower, but long term, you're not going to be worried about that. If it goes to $230, $240 again, you're not going to say, oh, I wish I'd waited a little bit longer before I bought in shares. You're going to be happy that you're up 30, 40%. So look out for Alibaba next week. Let's see if it continues to sell off. If it does, then get the puts out. If it doesn't, start buying your shares. Maybe start buying, $180 calls, $190 calls for way further out. But there's a lot of potential with Alibaba. 5, ARK Innovation ETF, ticker symbol ARKK. So this is one of Cathie Wood's ETFs, and it has been pretty beaten down recently, to be honest. It's sitting around $115, which I think is an ideal price point. If you can get in around $115, I think that's great. It's one of those that has a great future. Now, yes, recently we've not seen these kind of ETFs do that well. But long term, if you have that long term vision, if you zoom out, you'll see there's a lot of potential there. Now, why is this on my watch list for next week? Well, because I want to see what if ARK consolidates, if it finally starts to push up. Today it pushed up around 1.8%. But I'd definitely like to see what happens next week. It might not be one you trade options on. It might just be one you buy a few shares of and buy them and hold them. It's one of those safer stocks. It's one of those stocks where, yes, it might not be as fun, but when it comes to your returns, they're a lot more guaranteed, a lot more steady, a lot more assured. So I've been talking about ARK Innovation ETF for a while. I do like ARK Innovation ETF. I think I've made a couple of videos on them, which I can link as well. But you guys need to remember. So now that I'm editing this, I've just seen that the file corrupted and the video cut short. So what I wanted to remind you guys was, as long as we're making these option plays and we're making this money, we still need to make sure that we're buying those long-term plays, those stocks that we can buy and hold for ages. It's all well and good making the options money, but we also need something to show for it long-term. So please don't forget about your long-term plays, which is why ARK Innovation ETF has been an option on this video. Now, I'd like to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please check out all the different links in the description. We have my stock option starter pack to help you when it comes to options trading. We have the Investing Academy, that is the link to the Discord. We also have many other links there, so make sure you guys check those out. But thank you so much for watching today's video. Please, once again, drop that thumbs up, comment, subscribe and share. It really helps in a great way. I got money to making, you got money to making. See you guys next time for another video. Peace.
Game over.